Hey guys, it's Kes, and I know it's been a while. I know it's been quite a long time, but we're back with more Star Citizen, and today we're looking at the P-52 Merlin. Okay, so let me get into this. The Merlin is not your average ship in this game, and not saying that any of the ships are particularly average, but the Merlin has a special function, and that it's not a traditional long-range fighter like a lot of the other ships we've seen. Like, the Avenger has more utility as a ship than this. Even the Hornets, which are supposed to be dedicated fighters, I would say also have more utility because they're more, you can do more with them and change them around. We'll get into that in a minute. I want to just say the look of this ship, that HUD change right there, had kind of like shimmered for a second when you took off, and as you fly, and just the radar even looks nice. Like, the whole thing to me is fantastic. I like this. The little chain gun that sits in the straight middle of the nose. I don't know exactly if it can be changed out. I didn't actually try. It's a size 2 mount, so it's possible. But for like the aesthetics of the ship, I just like the fact that it's this weird kind of T-shaped monstrosity. So let's dive right into Marine Commander. So the first thing about this ship that you need to know is that it's what they call like a snub fighter. It's a short-range fighter and reconnaissance ship. So when you have like a larger capital ship, this is what you'll have en masse to have fly out and just peck at stuff. While the bigger ships, like your Hornets or even your capital ships, like turret guns, will take out whatever. I wouldn't really call this ship. It's a good fighter. It's a good fighter. Like, you can get some kills off with it, but I would say that this is more of a ship to be a distraction. One strange thing that I covered my mouse around it a little bit, like in the very beginning, but if you look on the HUD, on like the actual like window pane, on the like towards the middle and the right, there's a fuel gauge. So whenever any other ships, whenever you use your afterburners and you start using like your shift to thrust yourself forwards, a lot of the times that comes back. On this ship, it does not. This is supposed to be, like I said, a short-range fighter. It's not supposed to have a huge amount of fuel. It's not supposed to be able to fly for an entire system. It's just there to be a defense for a ship. Now, the wing mounts on this thing are size 1 only, which means that this whole thing is a fixed gun setup from start to finish. There's the chain gun in the center that is obviously not going to move, and then we have the 2 wingtip mounts that are, I believe they're just the regular general laser repeaters. They're not the automatic ones. As far as shields go, this thing is supposed to be about the same thing as an M50. And speed-wise, this actually goes 240 meters a second, which is pretty fast as far as ships go. Like, I bet if you stripped the guns off of this thing and you tried really hard, you could turn this into a racer. But that's entirely up to whatever, and we don't know how this ship will work with the whole modular system and the final game comes out. For my personal preferences for flying it, I like it aesthetically. I do not like using it as a fighter. Mostly because it has no missiles. It has size 1 laser repeaters in the wing, which is never really that big of a deal because that's what's on my Avenger. The chain gun in the middle is nice. Not as nice as an Avenger, mind you. And it has no missiles. And it has a significantly smaller bullet count because it holds about 420. I'm not joking with that. It's actually 420 rounds. The chain gun stock. It does not reload like an Avenger or I believe the greatest, the Gladiator. Whichever one is the Night Fighter. I think it's the Gladius. Whichever one that is, I believe that also reloads once. This has no reload. It's just the regular. You have 420 rounds. When you're done, you're out here. But all in all, it's a fun ship to fly. it turns nice. Like if maneuverability wise, this is a fast ship. It's not anywhere near as responsive as an M50, but it's still very good and it feels tight to fly. You can do some nice maneuvers in small areas. This also has a lower profile, just this really long nose. So this is me actually trying to fight Little King. This fight went on for a long time in terms of like how I've had to fight Little King in the past, and it didn't end well. It doesn't. You'll see. But all in all, for the price of the ship, you can still buy these. By the way, you can still buy a Merlin right now. They're $20. That kind of explains the price point. That it's not a very. It has a dedicated role. It is a fighter. It is a snub fighter. It is meant for one thing. It is meant to protect larger ships during conflicts. And I guess it could also be a scout since it has a really nice speed. But it doesn't venture far from its capital ship. So for $20, if you like this ship, go ahead and pick it up. I'm not sure if you can use the miniguns on anything else, but it's worth a shot. I mean, you can rent it with rec, and then slap it on another gun that has size 2 mounts, and you just give it a shot. It doesn't cost much on rec. So, coming back to this, I actually got hit with a missile. One missile, mind you, and it took out the whole ship. I'm dead in the water. Killed me. Flat out. But now I think the only ships that I have to fly for you guys is, I guess, the Vandal ships, but I don't know if I'm going to get my hands on those anytime soon. Fingers crossed. If anybody has the opportunity to let me borrow one, please, I'd love to fly them. Just once. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Hopefully I can do more Star Citizen stuff in the future. Hopefully FPS comes out soon. It'd be really, really, really nice. In any event, I will see you all next time.